say it's round 2 of the Pirelli Superseries 1000 Championship. Yeah. We're at Brands Hatch. Weekend on the Grand Prix circuit, a lot earlier than it normally is in the year. Usually it's like July, it's the back end of April now. Nonetheless, absolutely love this track. The weather right now is perfect. It's currently Thursday, so there's actually a track day tomorrow, then racing Saturday, Sunday. Weather on Saturday is looking a little bit dubious, but nonetheless, can't wait to go around here because it's the best track in the country. So yeah, watch your space, see how it goes. Make sure you like and subscribe. They come in. Ooh. Oh, all the way, all the way, all the way. Well, it's now the lunch break, all for the test day. I say test day, it's actually a track day. We all know it's a test day. So I've done 4 sessions. I'm not sure how much I've vlogged, but the first session we only got the sighting laps in before the red flag came out. And then there really is a lot of traffic today. The track's quite low grip as well, so in the traction areas, like say last corner, it just feels like it's spinning a lot. Whether it's just because I'm using, you know, knackered tyres, or whether it's because the track is low grip, I'm not sure. I do know there was truck racing on here last weekend, so, you know, no doubt if it rained, the circuit would probably be rainbow coloured. But it's gone alright so far. Best lap time 31.8, 1 minute 31.87. It's just no clear laps really, and I don't know how much the camera's picking up, but it's quite overcast, keeps getting a little bit misty. It's relatively warm, sort of 15 degrees, and track temperature was up at sort of 22, 23 degrees. So I've got 3 sessions left. I'm obviously not going to be putting any new tyres in to try and go quick, because you simply just can't get the space on the track to do that. Well, it's the end of, not the weekend, just the end of Friday. It's been terrible. It probably is potentially the worst track day I've ever done in terms of the disparity in the riders in the group, the amount of red flags, how little track time you get. But by the sounds of it, everyone else being in the same boat, so it is what it is. Nonetheless, feel quite good. Was first, well actually second person through scrutineering, which is good, so I've already had my shower, just doing some prep on the bike while Richie kicks it, and yeah, that's it really. So to take the pressure off on a Friday, because usually you don't get finished until late because you've got scrutineering and everything else, Richie, who comes down and helps me out on a weekend, got his CB, and we're going to go out and get some food. I also need to get some like pain relief gel for my ribs, which are damaged when I crashed the pit bike last weekend. So yeah, I'm pretty sure people who ride CB 500s always have one of these helmets on. Hasn't even got any foot pegs to the back. Oh shit, my ribs are killing me. Fish and chips, I think.
helmetcity.co.uk.
we made it in one piece. Right, let's find some food. Well, Saturday morning, absolutely buzzing to go and ride my bike in about 45 minutes time, something like that. Ready to go, new tyres, made some extra secret special mods, so it's going to be super fast. Last year I qualified with a 1 minute 30 point, oh I can't, what the fuck's happening with the camera? 1 minute 30.1, pull was a 29.5, I think that put me 6th or 7th on the grid. Hopefully we can go better than that. I don't know whether the track is in as good a condition as it was in July last year. We're in April, you know, we're the first people out on the GP circuit, but it'll be what it'll be, won't it? So we'll I'll be putting this on, so let's see what happens in quali. Get yourself on. Well, not a bad qualifying. I went out first, which I do like to do, and then Ryan came past me, which was absolutely perfect because I know he can go well round here, so I just thought, alright, I'll just follow Ryan. So I'm quite happy. There's some sort of wildcards this weekend: Sam Cox, Finley, R. Scott and Harrison Crosby. So I don't think they're actually going to be included in our results. They were first, second, third, and Ryan was fourth. So the fastest time was a 28.8 by Sam Cox. I think I did a 28.9 last year in a race, albeit the conditions were better than they are this morning. Then Dixon 29.5, Max Lofthouse 29.8, 2.5, me on a 29.845, so only 200 slower than Max. So, you know, if you discount the top three who are wildcards, then it's a third place in qualifying, albeit I'll be starting 6th on the grid. I did pull in at the end because I was having too much wheelie and I was fighting it too much, and then I'd kind of not lost my toe but didn't have the best track position, and you know, so I just thought I'll come in now rather than destroy my tyre. I feel like, you know, there's a good bit of time in there, just more commitment really, but you know, first thing in the morning, you know, you've basically just got out of bed. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. tough race. Felt like a long time. It got red flagged on the very last lap. I just made a bad start, a bad reaction, so then I tried to overcompensate, did a big wheelie, got boxed in the first corner, and then found myself in the race that I was in. Being sort of mired down in the pack does slow me down a little bit, especially at the start. I did manage to get past Brad in the end, but by then I was spent. You know, you've used, obviously these tyres were in for qualifying, so you've already used the best of the tyres. You know, you're tired, so a little bit of a shame really. There's still 2 races to go. You can probably say I'm sweating a reasonable amount, but nonetheless I did enjoy the race. You know, I had to work for it to try and get past Brad, and so that was good. I showed him well, I actually got past, but I'll break myself into Druids, but I made it stick the second time. I kind of overcompensated how late I needed to brake to get in there. That is an area of the track where I do still feel quite strong. But I'm not too disappointed. Like I say, I was just tired once I got past Brad, you know, and had the free track, so I couldn't do anything about it. But we'll see what happens tomorrow, won't we? So yeah, I did enjoy it. Well, it's Sunday morning. My hair's all over the shop. Yeah, let's. What are you saying there?
Right.
Watching Moana?
Say good morning.
Say good morning, YouTube.
Hiya.
Say hello.
She's waving.
Hey. We're looking at squiggly lines this morning. I've also looked through my setup sheets from last year. Brands GP, and we can see I was on a 10.75 front spring and an 11 rear spring. I'm currently on a 10 front spring and a 10 rear spring. And looking at my squiggly lines and then run averages, we can see that my average front suspension position is 52mm across a lap and 21mm on the rear. Now Liam Mercar, who I got this logging kit off. Layla, you are ruining this clip in my vlog. Have some consideration for others. Yeah, you can't have it. He said I should, you know, want to be kind of 50mm front, 15mm rear. And obviously I've never used that kind of method before, but I had a feeling I needed to go stiffer, and based on these numbers from last year, I definitely do need to go stiffer. So Richie's just whipping the shock out so we can double check that I definitely have a 10 in the back and not an 11. And if that's the case, then we're just going to go to what this sheet says from last year, because yesterday I did struggle, and even though I felt like I had more pace, by the time I got through I was tired. Well, not tired, you know, but worn out. The gap in front's huge, like what you're supposed to do type thing, you know, a little bit defeated mentally I suppose. But today's a new day, and I suppose I've got the benefit of knowing that I've done a 28.9 round here on a bike with no fork oil in. So, you know, surely I can at least do that. I've also been and bought an SC0 rear tyre, which should definitely give me more grip. Seemed like a few of the guys in race 1 were using a new rear tyre, whereas obviously I wasn't. That's not why I was slow, that's just the bit between the seat and the handlebars. But we'll sort that out today, so I'll let you know what we're doing with the bike before I go out. And then we'll go out and make it happen from 9th on the grid. Don't touch the screen on the back. Look at them snots, man. So, also, I guess now is time to mention an app that I've been using this year. So rather than writing everything down on paper, there's an app called Motor Guru. It's developed by somebody in this paddock. But this is what I use now, so you can have different bikes. So I've got the Fireblade on there and the Cymoto. Basically you use it for recording all of your data. So if we click in Brands Hatch, we can say I've got 7 sessions. So we click on session 7. We can see track temp was 32 degrees, ambient was 15. That's details about me. And tyres, so we can say I had a 125 front end at 36 psi. My suspension settings, so we can say I had a 10.5 and 9.5 front spring. You just record everything in here. And also you can put your fuel in at the start of the session, then there's like a complete session, So I started with 10 in, took 3.1 out, so that tells me I'm using 0.627 litres a lap. So then obviously, I know it's only really simple calculation, but it saves you doing it. So yeah, I've been using this app now. You can see I started in Andalusia, then I've done a track day at Cadwell, Snetterton race round, Croft track day, and then Brands Hatch this weekend. So I definitely recommend using this app. There is like a free trial version as well, I think. It's getting developed all the time, constantly updated. So one thing I'm kind of sort of testing this app and said, oh, what if what if, you know, you did this or did the other, to kind of help improve it from like my perspective. It's just decent, give it a check out. It's on all the app stores and that. Moto Guru, and like I say, if you're one of these people who goes racing and doesn't write anything down, having it on your phone is probably a little bit easier for you, you know, and then you can go to a track, what did I do there? You just have a look, it's all there, isn't it? So yeah, it might be worth a go for some of you. Well, that was eventful. Race 2. It ended up being a two-parter, so it got red flagged at the beginning of lap 3, or probably about halfway around lap 3. So on the restart I didn't make as good a start. Nonetheless, I did manage to overtake 2 guys, but when I got back behind Brad, I struggled again and ended up getting stuck. And same story as yesterday really. Once I got past Brad, you know, well, already spent the best of everything. So yeah, it was an enjoyable race, and then again that one got red flagged after just 6 laps, but we got held on the grid for like 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes, and then had 2 warm-up laps. So it just, I don't know, the problem lies with me ultimately. Still enjoying racing, but somehow I'm slower now than when I first jumped on the bike, so not entirely sure what's going on, but sunshine riding a motorbike, so I've got nothing to be upset about. I guess this is just how it goes sometimes. There's 1 race left. Maybe it'll be a cracker, maybe I'll get a good start, not get boxed in, get away with the group, you know, and then go better. I also think that into Hawthorne Bend I'm going back to 3rd, whereas I'm pretty sure I was going only back 1 gear last year at 4th, so maybe that'll help me. But obviously you can't carry the extra corner speed if there's bikes in front of you anyway. So yeah, I think it was only a 29.8 I did, so I'm still a full second off where I was last year, which seems crazy really. Maybe I was just riding a little, well, I obviously was riding close to the limit last year, excited about having a new bike and everything, but we'll just see what we can do for this last race. Got to enjoy it, sun's shining, I'm on a good bike, no excuses is there really. Well, I was feeling better in that race. Made a better start, managed to overtake Steve and then got past Craig. Steve got back past me, but the front group wasn't pulling away too fast. I think there was 5 bikes in it. Unfortunately, can't remember his name now. He went off anyway at Hawthorne Bend, on the exit Hawthorne Bend, and he's hit the tyre wall, so hopefully he's okay. To send us back to the pits, which is good because it means we can get our tyre warmers back on rather than just hanging around. It is quite warm, as you can probably tell by my face, which is rather flushed. So we're going to have a rerun, so there's going to be a couple of races go out now and then we'll go back out. No idea how long the race is going to be yet, but yeah, so next bit of footage will probably be us back out on track. I'll see you in a bit.
Good opportunity for the BSB rider. Potentially, it's to be 5, 7.
It's always on YouTube. Hey, we'll look forward to the YouTube video, mate. We watch your stuff, mate. You're amazing. Congratulations, well done. Here's the main man. Look, here's the No Limits main man. He is. Congratulations, Tom, mate. Legend, man. Well done. Fair play. Top man.
It's about time, isn't it, Baba? Wait, it's only a 3rd place, but I'm buzzing.
Woohoo! Are you clapping?
Hey.
Is that yours? Well done.
Cheers. Well, I need to capture this while I've still got some kind of emotion. I've got some sweat off me. Absolutely buzzing, 3rd place. It was nice that the other guys weren't there. I don't know what's happened with Ryan, you know, and he's part of our championship, so it was a shame that he wasn't in the race. But obviously the kind of BSB lads who jumped in, it was nice for them not to be in the race, because it kind of, you know, in my head going into it, I was like, well, there's 4 of us here fighting for the podium, or that's kind of how I felt in my head. And so it was, you know, instantly you're in the battle, and it gives you something to fight for, because you're fighting for the, you know, the better places at the front. There's my trophy, absolutely buzzing. Hopefully it's the first of many, and hopefully it's given me a little bit of confidence, you know, to sort of be at the front battling. So yeah, I would definitely lacking a little bit of something, but you know, nice to finish the weekend on a high. It's now 6 o'clock, so it's going to be at least half an hour to get parked away. 6:30, 6 hours home, 12:30. Sound, we've got a baby as well. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.